Astrolab.
Feel the bass, feel the breath, energy rising, mind awake.
DJ beats hit your soul.
Devotion take control, emotion let it flow. High energy, no limits, I trance, feel the minute.
Move your mind, move your body. Monster Lab, music evolved. The Monster Lab.
Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're not just going to explain a festival. We are going to direct its origin story, a saga that's literally thousands of years in the making. So, welcome to our visual journey into the ancient saga of Makar Sankranti. I mean, think about it. The characters, they're gods and legendary warriors. The sets, they're entire constellations and ancient, dusty battlefields. So how on earth do you even begin to capture a story this massive, this epic, on screen? Well, here's our plan. We're going to treat the ancient Hindu scriptures, the Vedas, the Puranas, the epic Mahabharata, as our literal screenplay. And to bring these ancient scenes to life, we're using modern AI as our camera, writing out specific visual prompts for every single key moment. Ready? Let's start the shoot. All right, scene one, take one. Our opening shot has to establish the setting, and we're not starting on Earth. Nope, we're going straight to the cosmos. It's all about the sun's big move, which is the whole reason we're even talking about this. So our script for this scene, the Rig Veda, tells us this is way more than just an astronomical event. It's deeply sacred. The start of Uttarayana was basically seen as the dawn of a divine day. It was a time of light and hope returning to the world. So here's our director's note for the AI camera. We need to see that incredible transition. We want something that feels both totally real, like you could see it through a telescope, but also divinely inspired. That right there, that's our big establishing shot. Okay, scene two. Now we're going to zoom in. We're pulling back from that massive cosmic scale to a really personal, really intense moment from the Mahabharata. This part of the story is all about incredible faith and patience. The weight of this moment is just immense. Can you imagine? The legendary warrior Bhishma, mortally wounded, makes the choice to delay his own death. He literally holds on for weeks, just waiting for this one specific celestial event because he believes it is his ticket to moksha, liberation from the cycle of rebirth. For this shot, our AI prompt is all about the feeling, the atmosphere. You've got the epic, sprawling battlefield, but then you have this calm, determined look on Bhishma's face. And that warm sunrise light? That is absolutely key. Because it's not just any sunrise. It's the one he has been waiting for his entire life, at the very end of it. So we've gone from the cosmos to an epic battlefield. Now our story takes a turn into the world of mythology. Scene 3 is where we find out how the festival actually got its name. And yeah, it involves a classic showdown between good and evil. So the festival's name comes from a heroic act. The Puranas tell us about a goddess named Sankranti, who is the living embodiment of the solar shift. And she shows up on this very day for one reason: to take down a demon who was causing chaos across the world. And that brings us to the kind of visuals we need. The prompt here is basically asking for a high fantasy mythological vibe. We need that stark contrast, this brilliant glowing goddess up against a shapeless, terrifying shadow demon. It's the perfect visual for light conquering darkness. Okay, for our final historical scene, let's go way, way back, all the way to the roots of this tradition, to the earliest Vedic rituals. How did the ancient people actually honor this incredible celestial moment? This quote, from a hymn to the sun god Surya, just perfectly captures the feeling of the scene. It's not about being afraid of the gods. It's about deep respect, about gratitude for the source of all light, all life, the thing that literally created the concept of a day. So our visual direction here is all about peace and devotion. We want to see that soft morning light, the mist hanging over the sacred Ganges River, and that simple but incredibly powerful act of offering water to the rising sun. And a little macro shot of the water droplets that just adds a beautiful, detailed touch. So we've shot our big historical scenes, but, if you've been paying super close attention, you might have noticed something a little weird. The sun technically starts its northern journey on December 21st, right? But the festival is on January 14th. So what's with the gap? Well, every good movie needs a plot twist, and this one comes to us from astrophysics. The reason for this gap is something called axial precession. Just picture the Earth. It doesn't spin perfectly upright. It has a tiny wobble, kind of like a spinning top when it starts to slow down. Well, that little wobble over thousands of years means that our view of the stars slowly drifts out of sync with our seasons. And this timeline just shows you how wild the results are. Way back in 285 AD, everything lined up perfectly. The Winter Solstice and Makar Sankranti were on the same day. But because of that wobble, they've now drifted apart by 24 days. And get this, if you fast forward about 7,000 years, scientists predict Makar Sankranti will actually be a summer festival in June. How crazy is that? So what this all means is that our ancient saga isn't some dusty old story. It's constantly changing, both in the sky and down here on Earth. So let's take a quick look at how these foundational stories are celebrated all across India today. You got the holy baths of Maghi in Punjab, the awesome harvest festival of Pongal in Tamil Nadu, the big bonfires of Magh Bihu in Assam, and of course, the world-famous kite flying of Uttarayana in Gujarat. Each place has its own amazing traditions, but they all connect back to that same core story, celebrating the return of the sun. And that's a wrap. We started with ancient texts as our script and used brand new technology as our camera to see those stories in a new light. It really leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? As our cameras, our technology, get even more powerful, what other incredible stories from our past are just sitting there waiting for us to discover them?